deals. Man United and Arsenal battling it out for one of the hottest young prospects in football. A big update on West Ham. Could there be a new midfielder at Manchester City? All that and much more on the Done Deal show. Hit the like buttons. Make sure you are subscribing. Let's go. Marcus Rashford to Aston Villa. Here we go. An agreement in place where over 70% of the salary will be covered by Villa. Also, an option to buy worth £40 million is included in the contract with a potential 3.5-year deal to follow. The medical is booked. In fact, the medical is going on Sunday morning when this is being recorded. And Marcus Rashford will become an Aston Villa player. I want to start by just saying a big thank you to Marcus Rashford, a player that scored over 100 goals, over 60 assists, but been integral in winning 2 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, and a major European trophy for Man United. For many years, he helped carry us. I have the same energy for Marcus as I do for players like Paul Pogba, Anthony Martial, and many that have come through either the academy or been purchased in the last 11 years. An unstable club with very little direction, and I do believe he became a casualty of that. I am sad to see him leave, but I do think it's the best for all parties, for him to get back to his best and for Man United to move on and try to improve. I think the relationship between the club and the player somewhat fell apart and broke. A really good piece of business for Aston Villa. Of course, they've lost Duran, but I'm excited for them, and I'm really, really happy for Marcus Rashford. I am. It's a little bit bittersweet, really, in that regard, but that deal is done and dusted. But what does that mean for the rest of the transfer market? And I say that because Aston Villa are also getting Marco Asensio. They're covering 100% of his salary, and it's a straight loan. No buy option for Asensio to land in England for his medical today as well. So you've seen Marlon come in from Dortmund. Marcus Rashford has now come in from Manchester United, and now Asensio has come in. Of course, I've seen Duran and Emi Buendia leave. So some people may just say, well, 2 have gone, and they've brought in 3 of good quality. So 1 extra person to help them with their Champions League campaign. There's also the idea that Leon Bailey would go as well. So I know at the moment some people are putting 2 and 2 together and maybe coming up with 392 when it comes to Ollie Watkins. Look, there is logic, and there's logic to, well, if they're bringing in 3 attackers and they've let 2 go, maybe they could let 3 leave. They brought, Marcus Rashford's come in, etc. I don't see it. I don't see Ollie Watkins going. For everybody that's putting that equation together, the theory holds some water. I can understand. Look, I've said it all along. If Ollie Watkins pushes to leave, then maybe there's a potential for that to happen. But it doesn't appear that he is doing that. Unless something changes in the next 24 hours, he will remain an Aston Villa player. But some really good business here for Villa. It absolutely is. But what does it mean for Man United? What does it mean for Mathys Tel? We're going to delve into that in a few moments. But before that, I want to talk to you about Magic Mind. Yes, you can get a 45% discount. Yes, it's healthy and it's good for you. But what's the point of Magic Mind? I spoke about this on a few shows already, and I'm not shy to do it again. I suffered with some severe mental health issues in 2022 and back end of 2022 and going into 2023. And a lot of that, my mental health issues, was to do with my health. I had cardiophobia. I just pending fear of dropping down dead at any moment from a heart attack. And it took me a long time to recover from, to be able to go out and enjoy myself and to be relaxed, especially if I was somewhere that wasn't sort of near a hospital. It was really crazy. Lack of sleep actually started making me eat worse, which sounds counterproductive, but it was an awful time. But getting more sleep, eating better foods, exercising has been key for me. And then this came along, Magic Mind. I was sent these by Magic Mind. They reached out to me. They saw my story and they said, take one of these in the morning and take one of these before you go to bed. and report back to us on the impact. And the extra energy I get during the day, better cognitive functions, better concentration is there. And the sleep at night this helps gives me is amazing. Just relaxes me. I get a full 8 to 9 hours, and that just really prepares me better for the next day. So I spoke to them. We can get you a 45% discount if you want to try it as well. I know so many people in 2025 are trying to get healthy, both physically and mentally. And Magic Mind is, in my opinion, the very best supplement out there for this. So scan the QR code that's up there on the screen or click on the link below. Go to their website. You can redeem that 45% coupon from me, but just go and check it out. Have a read for yourself. Look at what they're saying. Look at the testimonials. Break it down. See what works best for you. It's very, very important indeed, because looking after your mental and physical health is absolutely paramount in this day and age. Now, let's look at this story today from Fabrizio that says he understands Man United and Arsenal are both in contact with Mathys Tel's camp right now. Cristiano, Ronaldo, and Henry are two of the main idols of young Tel, who now is considering his options. Still concrete chance he leaves Bayern Munich. Also, he could stay. And I saw yesterday a lot of the trolls on, because some people hate transfer stories, and I never understand why people get involved in part of an industry or an industry they dislike, especially one that isn't hurting anyone. You know, it's not like arms sales, right? Oh, they're just saying he could go to Arsenal or Chelsea, Arsenal or Man United, or he could stay. That way, they're covering all bases. No, it's just the truth. He is open to leaving, but if Man United and Arsenal don't offer him packages that he's happy with, a program he's happy with, a squad status he's happy with, he might stay. It's just the truth of the situation. I really like this young man, though. Doesn't mean he's a ready-made article. I think any Arsenal or Man United fan that thinks, oh, we're getting Tel, we're going to go to another level. I don't think we should be putting that type of pressure around a young and very raw player's neck, especially with him moving country. But there is a tremendous talent in there. Can play centrally, can play on that left-hand side, decent dribbling, can score goals. Not having a great season for it this year, but can score goals. So I'm really excited about this. A lot of the reports I've read, a lot of journalists I've spoken to have said United are leading this race. There's a few intermediaries out there like Paul O'Keefe who have said his preference is Man United. But I'm not deluded. Arsenal are in a better situation than Man United right now. They're challenging for Premier Leagues. We're still a mess in comparison, although some Arsenal fans might disagree. But let me know in the comments. But we'll see what happens with this one. With Rashford leaving, freeing up an abundance of wages, I am really hopeful that my club, Man United, can get this done. From an Arsenal perspective, I want to ask you guys a question about this. You do need to bolster your attack. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Is Tel enough? Is that a good enough January window, in your opinion? I'd love you to leave me your comments below. I'd love to understand what you think is going to happen with this deal as well. Where will the player end up? It's advanced. Man United and Arsenal are both in deep negotiations. Where does Tel go? Let us know in the comment section below. Now, Tottenham have been trying to sign players for the last few days. Tomori rejected them. Tel rejected them. But it does appear here that they have signed. It's official from Tottenham. They have signed Kevin Danso from RC Lens, along with an obligation to buy 25 million euros. Well done. They needed the bolster. I think he's a defender, right? Again, unless I've read, I'm about to say he's a defender, and then I'm like, I swear I read he was a defender. And the reason I say that is because I know yes, he is a defender. I know absolutely nothing about him. So I'm not going to say, what a brilliant signing. I'm not going to say that's an awful signing, because that would be very disingenuous of me. I know he's a defender. I think he's right-footed. And what is he? 26 years old. That's what I know. Tottenham fans, talk to me. Are you happy with this business? Is it enough from Daniel Levy, from Enoch, from your board to help Ange Postecoglou? Again, the injury crisis has deepened again this week for Spurs. Give us your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section below on that. And another story that I thought was interesting today was West Ham have agreed a deal to sign Evan Ferguson on loan. Now, they need another attacker. Of course, West Ham lost for the rest of the season. Well, it looks like the rest of the season. Mikel Antonio with that horrific car crash a few months back. Thank God it wasn't worse, really, for him. Ferguson, of course, we know he's had his injury problems, but he's been massively coveted in the last few years, linked to huge clubs, big moves in Europe. It's never really happened for him, though. He's never really kicked on and gone to that next level. Is that because of injuries? Is it because of a lack of trust? I'm not putting Brighton down here. I think they're a very, very well-run club. But they sort of did this. He got no game time at Brighton, but they did this with Victor Gyökeres. And look at him now. Look what he's doing. So I'm intrigued to see how this one plays out in the coming days and weeks. I really, really am. Very, very interested indeed to see what player West Ham get, with a player maybe getting to start every week. How will he develop? Give us your thoughts. Give us your opinions on that in the comment section below. And finally, an update on Man City. Port are very close to signing a new midfield player today. And we know that Man City are pushing very, very hard to sign Nico Gonzalez in the central midfield position. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and wax lyrical about a player that I know very little about. It would be disingenuous. So give me your views and your opinions in the comment section below. But bolstering the midfield for Man City, I think, has been the priority this January. And if they can make it that their midfield doesn't get run through so easily and can control games again, other than win the league, because I think they're too far behind Liverpool and Liverpool are too good to catch, everything else is possible. Everything else, the FA Cup, the Champions League, and of course, the World Club Cup in the summer. But they need to get a midfielder in my humble opinion. They play Arsenal today. You'll probably see it in large periods of the game, the midfield just being run through, a lack of control of the game, as we've been used to seeing typically with Manchester City. So buying a central midfield player could be absolutely key for them. Especially, look, Mamouche looks like he's going to be dangerous. The young defenders, I'm not judging them either way right now. I think it's going to take them some time to settle and to become consistent. But the midfield options, very, very important indeed. But as ever, when it comes to these transfer stories, as I say, there's some done deals today. There's some rumors. There's some speculation. There's fan talk. I want your opinions on them. This is why we do transfer talk. Remember, we are not a media outlet. We are fans talking about the stories we read. And I want to kind of keep that tradition within the football culture. We did it as kids. We did it as adults. People do it at work, on the train, in the pub, at airports. And that's all we're doing here. Your opinion on the player, whether they best fit. Do you think the story will happen? And there's no need for the hostilities and anger. If you don't like transfer stories, just don't click on any transfer videos. It's like watching a comedian that you don't like and then moaning about the jokes not being funny. Why watch it? Listen, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace. Oh, by the way, go check out Magic Mind right now. 45% discount. Get it before it ends. So good for you. And there's a money back guarantee too. So if you try them, if you don't like them, if they don't agree with you, even if you feel there's no impact, get your money back. So why not give it a try? It's basically free if you don't like it. Give it a pop. See you later, people. Peace.